In this TeamWork 5 employee tutorial, I'm going to show you how to view and adjust your timesheet. To do that, go to your top menu bar and click on Time. Once you arrive at your time clock or card, go to your new top menu bar and click on Timesheet. To go to the correct timesheet pay period that you would like to view, you can use the forward or backward arrows, or click on the calendar icon and select the appropriate date. I'm going to hit the backwards arrow. Now I'm back one pay period. You'll see that there are two separate charts. The top chart is your approval chart. The first column is the location. That should show where you worked. In this case, it's the after hours restaurant. The local section is your scheduler. They can lock your timesheet, meaning you can't make any changes to it or approve or not approve it. Your manager can approve your timesheet or not approve it. If your timesheet has been approved or locked by anyone, you cannot make any changes. Your enterprise can also lock your time card, and your organization as a whole can also approve it or not approve it. Then you will see the open shifts that you have. Those are time card entries that you have not properly closed. Any errors, I have 2 errors from creating a different video. Any voided entries will also show up, and your valid entries will be counted. Then you should have your total number of regular hours followed by your total number of all of your hours. I can also choose to approve my timesheet by clicking on that blue button. I'm going to hold off doing that for now because I want to show you how to change an entry on your timesheet. If you look at the second chart on your timesheet, you can see the details of your timesheet entries. You can see the type of entry, so that would be either from your time card or by clocking in or out. You will not see scheduled shifts show up on your timesheet. Then you can see your location, the project that you were working on, the task you were assigned, and your activity. Next is when you clocked on and when you clocked off, and the type of shift you worked, whether it was regular hours or not regular hours, your total number of hours, the status, then you have your actions. Notice that the last 2 entries under my status have some extra symbols in there. That's because those are the error entries. Let's say I want to adjust one of my timesheet entries. I can choose Open next to Actions. And once this menu comes up, I can change anything on here. I can change the date by clicking on this calendar icon and picking a different day. I can change when that entry began by clicking on the clock and picking a different time, or when it ended by clicking on the other clock. I could adjust any break hours as needed. The calculated hours is something that TeamWork 5 calculates for you, so you don't need to change that. You cannot change the location that you worked at. You will have to talk to your manager if you logged into the wrong location. Then I can change the project or task I worked on by clicking on this arrow and choosing a different one from the drop-down menu. I can also change my activity by clicking on that arrow and choosing a different one from the drop-down menu. And then I can leave any notes or change any notes that I have left and view any notes from my manager. If I made any changes, I probably want to alert my manager, so I can click this arrow next to No and change that to Yes. If I made any changes and I liked them, I would hit Save. I don't want to change anything right now, so I'm going to go ahead and hit Close. And that's how you can adjust an entry on your timesheet. There's one other thing you can do with this table, and that is to change it from details to differentials. I can now see the type of entry, the location, when I clocked on and off, the category, so whether it was regular hours or not regular hours, the differential, which are hours to be paid for, any holidays, the total number of hours, the status, And again, I have actions where I can click that open button and make any changes that I need to. If everything looks good and I've gone through all of my details and I agree with them, I can go up to the top of my timesheet and click that blue Approve button. TeamWork 5 is going to make sure I do actually want to approve my timesheet. If I don't want to approve this timesheet, I can hit Close. I'll go ahead and hit Approve. And now that timesheet has been approved. That Approve button has changed to an orange Unapprove button, and next to it says Employee Approved. If I click on Unapprove, I can choose to undo the employee approval of the timesheet, or I can choose to leave it. I'll go ahead and hit Unapprove. And now that Approve button has come back and my timesheet is no longer approved, and I can make any changes that I need to. That's how you review your timesheet and make any adjustments that you need to. Check out the next video to learn about your Collaboration tab in TeamWork 5.